Whew.
Okay, and we're on our way. Yeah, everybody came to the Valley of the Beasts for one reason or another, um, purely by chance or fate, and pick up with so many good places to pick up with. Um, oh,
Justin.
what's up?
So I decided, and after I want to take apotheosis purely because I want to know what I would get from the god of death.
You get a dick head.
You
what you get.
helmet. What? What is the sign of the god of death, the king of death? Hmm. Okay. Uh, Mr. Blackwater. Um. So you've spent weeks now, probably longer than that. Ah, how long has it been since you first came to the Deathlands? Um, Several seasons. And you didn't exactly walk out of the Deathlands the same as you entered. Your wounds, your sicknesses, they only got worse, right, as time went on. As the armor took its hold and wove itself into the fabric of your flesh, and your body continued to rot away. Flakes of skin and everything. But you didn't die. You, as things got worse, right? They kept getting worse. Your bones were exposed, and then there was the stuff in Potter's Field, and that's been a whole new bag of tricks, right? Being replaced, basically, by the armor growing into your corpse. Before we wake up and we see what your apotheosis is, you had a discussion with the Weeping Death. We went over it a little bit. Well, we kind of glossed over it with funny voices, which the Weeping Death deserves, but... yeah, what was the gist of that? Tell me what James is thinking about what the Weeping Death told James.
If I remember, I told him that he tried to fight against the King of Death and lost, and warned me that I don't stand a chance. And I told him, it doesn't matter. I'm not him. I'm stronger, and I'm going through with this because I can't turn around now.
Yeah. Well, I
And
think
he was like, "Oh, all right, we're fine. We're good. Go do it."
I think you're thinking back on that, and I think more like what the Weeping Death said was, it doesn't matter if you complete it, right? It doesn't matter if you actually go through with everything. You are already taken, right? You are already the King of Death. It's like you can't escape it, right?
Yeah.
Unless you do something else. Something
Kill
that,
the King of Death.
in truth, kill the King of Death in truth. Whatever that meant, right? unless you can do that, you can't actually do anything about completing your designs, your quest. Yeah. And they let you know, the Weeping Death, that in the cave where you'd find the tear, you will also find evidence of the King of Death in truth, or something. It's a bit hazy. It's a bit of a touchy subject. So knowing that your completion of your quest in some way, at least according to the Weeping Death, strange three-headed beast that they are, that it involves killing the King of Death in truth, whatever that means. So you completing your quest, seeing what the King of Death will give you, this is what this is. It's a look into that possible future, should you actually succeed. When you wake up from fevered dreams of the Weeping Death and everything else, yeah, you wake up for the first time. What it feels weird. It feels like something's gone wrong, or something. You're cold, and you sort of like spring up, ready for whatever's going to kill you. And when you do, the smoke, right, that has wafted into the valley now, this thick wood smoke or whatever, it smells like a fucking campfire everywhere, is already in your tent. When you went to sleep, it wasn't like this. And maybe you're thinking, oh, big deal, smoke, can't hurt a dead man. But that's what happens, is you cough, right? You cough at the smoke, and you realize, like, wait, why do I feel cold? You don't feel cold. You never feel cold. Because you're not you don't have skin. But now you do. You have your skin back. Your armor is over on a rack, resting there, disconnected from you. You aren't wearing it. You're James Blackwater. As you looked before you came to this accursed place that first time, so long ago.
Oh, it's gonna hurt so much more putting the armor back on, isn't it?
Well, and the armor looks different. Before it looked fine, right? But once you had it on your body and stuff, I think there were like maybe tendrils or something that you thought were just like maybe flares of style or whatever, or maybe, okay, it's full plate, great, but maybe it's not that great a quality, and like there are little rough tingly bits. But you came to realize that those tingly bits were it growing, right? Like it was growing all the time, and maybe they had to shear it back. Unless somebody puts the shit on, then it just grows into you, right? But it doesn't have any of that, right? It's shining black. It looks polished. As far as you know, this armor isn't really made of metal, because it doesn't have. But bits of it are shining, shimmering like metal or something.
Am I still sick?
And you're not sick.
No, well, don't celebrate. You'll get it again.
It's gone.
Yeah. And you're looking around, and this is when you realize this is like a vision. You are embodying a vision, a possible future, right?
God damn it!
You know that this is just a glimpse. If you can complete it, you will be you again.
Stakes are high now.
Need to get rid of that ability.
Damn it.
There'll be some roll. There'll be some roll at the end of this, like if you survive and everything else, and it's like, okay, roll the stupid roll. 10 plus is like, yeah, you're James Blackwater, you're fine, right? Or 7 to 9 is, yeah, you're James Blackwater, except you have the sick condition.
Mark the sick ability forever.
Well, let's stick with James. James, you wake up, and that's how things are. It's I don't know, early from dark. It's kind of really dark outside. Like there wasn't really a sun. There was just sort of a sort of heavenly glow, I guess. But everything was gray anyway. But with this haze of smoke, which is hard to move through, right? It's hard to deal with. You are sort of hacking and coughing, at least a little bit as you move along. But tell me, what do you do at this time?
So I'm not normal, right? I'm still all armored up and shit.
No. You're you. I said you were embodying a vision. You are living out your possible future, right?
Just don't fuck it up.
You are you. You don't have the sick ability. You're here in the flesh.
I want to go to my people.
Do you put the armor on?
Wow. Yeah, I have to. I have to put on my armor because what am I without my armor? It's become a part of me, right?
Yeah.
You kind of miss it.
It straps on, right? It fits better than ever, and it doesn't hurt, right? Yeah. And you want to go to your people, like out to the camps where the skeletons are sleeping?
Yeah. They're playing cards, Justin. They're all playing cards.
Skeletons, they gotta turn into a pile of bones, like, for 6 hours a day. They're playing. Okay, yeah. They're milling about, playing cards. Yeah. What do you do, James?
I wanna just walk among them and going from camp to camp. I wanna address them individually and ask them if they are ready to give everything, to sacrifice everything for me.
Okay. I mean, you have leverage as their captain in general. Yeah, let's call that a parlay. I think it's a parlay.
Also this, but that's later.
Do you... I mean, as they say yes, do they start following you? Do they start a chant?
Yeah. I think both, right? They're pirates, right? So they probably start singing some shanty, whatever the hell it's called. And yeah, they start getting up and following me, getting ready, right, as we're about to start marching on.
Yeah.
Trying to get them ready for whatever battle is to come.
Quentin, what have you been up to?
I think I would be playing cards with the crew.
So you're sitting around, milling around with the skeletons, playing some cards, and James Blackwater shows up and starts, like, grabbing them one by one, asking if they're going to give everything. And they all give out a hearty cheer. What are you doing during that whole scene?
I think I'm also, like, cheering, but the cheer is void, right? There's no emotion behind it. It's just going through the things. But I don't think I care much about what's happening.
And so he whips everybody. You're just in like the background.
Yeah, I'm just there amongst the many legs of skeleton men.
So he whips them up into a fury, right? They start singing a pirate song of some sort, and they're marching now, following James Blackwater, marching into the depths of the Valley of the Beasts. I guess they didn't pack up camp. I don't know. They probably don't have tents if they don't actually sleep. I mean, you follow along, of course, Quinn, right?
Yeah.
So... Okay. Sparrow.
Mm-hmm.
You and Dick Bangkok took a camp at some point also, I guess. Just outside the valley.
Mm-hmm.
I guess by the time you wake up in the morning, well, whatever fucking time it is, when you wake up because you're choking on smoke, which also usually doesn't happen. Feel lucky.
That's
You
true.
you startle awake to, I guess, like a deep rumbly cough, like sort of a gravelly cough, and it's booming, coming from a large body sitting next to your fire. This, in the haze of smoke, right? Your fire's in the if there was a fire, it's gone down to like embers, and so it's dark and shadowy. It's hard to see, but there is a hulking shape, seemingly sitting down next to your fire, next to the embers of your fire, kind of coughing to themselves.
She reaches for her little knife dagger she keeps like always in reach. Very slowly, like, you know, trying to pretend like she's still asleep. Does it sound like Dick Bangkok?
Oh no,
Okay.
this is much larger than Dick Bangkok.
Very slowly opens her eyes and is trying to pretend to be asleep while still getting an eye on to see what it is. Who it is? What it is.
Well, I guess we have two options. Are you surveying, or are you going to do discern realities? If you want to see who it is, I think you'd have to do discern realities. It's got to be a
Okay.
little more risky.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, all the answers to survey seem obvious also, I guess. Right? Like, he's the danger, and shadows are all around you. It's just, yeah. Let's do it. Wisdom. One question.
Hmm. Um. What is about to happen? I think that would be her priority.
Okay, you're sitting there in this haze, staring at this figure, waiting to see what they're going to do. And okay, they start to like bend over, right? They're grabbing something from behind them, and your muscles tense, ready to spring, right? But when they bring their arm around and bring it down, they've just got a bundle of sticks that they're sort of dropping on the fire, and their palm is as big as the fireplace, right? As big the fire pit you dug. And like the branches and stuff like catch, and there's a flare. And what's about to happen is kind of nothing. They're just here
Yeah.
because this is gut drum. You see by their face when the fire flares. Gut drum has been drawn to your campsite, and it's just kind of sitting there silently because I don't think gut drum talks. Is that right?
I think he does.
I think he does. He's composing a new piece, though. He's tapping his tummy.
All right, so Sparrow, I think like she coughs on the smoking at that point, and then sits up and subtly slides her knife away. Yeah, I think she'd say, "You found us."
I don't know how. I just woke up here.
Well, it's good to see you. And she'll look around and see if she's looking for Dick Bangkok. Is he asleep somewhere, or
Yeah,
is he
he's
gone?
He's nearby. He's where you left him.
I'm glad to see that you appear to be no worse for wear, despite the fact that we're all dead.
And he just like puts his hand up to his shoulder and rubs it. I mean, there's not like a wound or anything, but he's just kind of looks like he's massaging weary joints, and he says, I'm tired.
I understand that. And she's more sincere than she's ever, she's never been, yeah. He doesn't know her well enough to know that, but she is being more sincere and anti-bitch than she's ever been, in the recent history. So I guess she'll nod and she'll stand and she's kind of surveying the area, coughing a little bit the smoke, but she's like, because the smoke wasn't there when we went to sleep, right?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, there was no smoke at all.
We'd better get moving. I don't like the looks of this. And then she'll turn and go to wake up Dick Bangkok. And shove him awake and pack up and.
I think Dick Bangkok has been around Gut Drum before. No, Dick knows everybody.
Yes, because Sparrow had recruited them both on the same Three-Eyed Beast adventure where Dick Bangkok died.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, he gives a nod to to Gut Drum. Yeah, and they move along, and you're just headed into the valley.
Yes, because according to Dick Bangkok, the valley is what stands between us and the cave where he thinks the cave is, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Then yeah. If that's the easiest way, then we shall go through. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, tell me, describe to me how you're moving into the valley. Do you get your weapons ready? Are you stalking and stuff instead of just walking through the road?
Oh, she's always stalks, yeah. And it was probably easier for them to stalk when it was her and Dick Bangkok, since he's got his wraith legs and she's a rogue. With Gut Drum, it's a bit harder.
Well, I think maybe Gut Drum would say he'll just walk as you guys stalk, and if he draws attention, you guys will be waiting to attack them also, right?
Okay. Yeah. she want to do that? She's gonna save her. She's got new spells now. Like so. Okay, so maybe I should like actually take a moment to mention that. So, like, basically, she gave up all of her warlock spells that were given, were granted to her by the Black Annis. But the arcane power that she wielded for the short time ended up opening her mind a little bit to the Seekers of the Arcane. So she's got some ideas of kind of unlocking her own arcane potential. She's a measly little level 1 wizard and has actually never tried casting a spell yet. But maybe that's what she'll do before they start. She'll try it because it's kind of more like I've played around with arcane spells granted by, a great being. But I watched and learned, and I wonder if I can do it by myself. And so she'll try and cast like her first spell. What would it be? I guess invisibility. Because that would be kind of the one spell that would be most instinctual to her, is not wanting to be seen.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see you cast that. Do you duck behind a rock? And how do you cast spells now that you don't slice your
right?
Your skin open?
Well, here's a question. I guess I have for you. Technically, she's supposed to have a spell book. So, like, do I need to wait until she randomly finds a spell book? Do I, like,
No, screw that. I mean, you've been thinking about this. I'll tell you what. You've got 15
Yeah, she probably
uses.
has been taking notes the whole time.
Hold up. You got 15 uses of adventuring gear.
Food. It was all for food. So there's probably a journal. Yeah, so it's probably there was a journal in there that she's been taking notes on, like, the arcane arts that she's been while she's been a warlock. And been like, I wonder if it could be used this way.
Okay. Take up 2 uses.
Okay.
You turn to the page invisibility ? And it's just a bunch of notes on how cool it would be to be invisible.
It's like The Secret.
Right.
Yeah, so you could add your spell book. It's just for the ink and the quill, like, and the book.
Right. So to answer your question then, like, as we pack them ready to go, she'll say, hold on a second, I want to try something. And she'll pull out the book, kind of take notes, and then she kind of concentrates on how does she cast the spell. I think there's an incantation.
I'll give you a +1 if it rhymes.
Oh, heck. I don't do that. I don't know how to rhyme shit.
Rap for us, come on.
Oh, no. No, I think it's just she's been kind of, I think it's an incantation. She's just going to see if it works.
Okay.
So she tries, and let's see. I have that. Okay. Cast a spell.
Mm-hmm.
It's either forgotten or -1 as she's trying to learn spells and disturbing the fabric of reality. I think it's she disturbs the fabric of reality as it's cast and takes a -1 ongoing because she hasn't yet figured out how to. She's kind of brute forcing it at this point. She hasn't figured out how to finesse the spells yet.
Be visible.
Right? A force of will. Yeah.
Okay, you shimmer away.
And she's like, looks around and she's like, whoa, it worked.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're moving through the valley, gut drum playing bait, Dick Pencock moving along behind you.
Well, I
So-
assume he's in front, and I assume she's following since he's the.
Oh, okay.
Plus, he can't see her.
I mean, yeah, you're the. He's moving and looking
Right.
around every so often, thinking like, and just like shrugs and keeps going. Let's have you roll discern realities also. You're the one looking out for shit.
Another one?
One question.
What should I be on the lookout for? What should we be on the lookout for? Gutdrup and and Bangkok and I.
There is. So I think chronologically, Sparrow's the last into the valley. Raylan and them made it in pretty deep. And James, even deeper, he just moves faster. He wasn't moving over land, nothing was getting in his way, anything like that. And Sparrow, you're the last one in, and the most time has passed, and just before you enter into the depths of the valley, you can still see across to the horizon on the other side. And there's this thick cloud of smoke. It looks like everything around you, the world is just made of gray darkness. There's only like the stones around you and the stones that you can see like 50 yards away because of the smoke. And it's getting thicker, right? Your vision is getting more and more constrained. But still, through all the haze and everything, somewhere far off, on the horizon, it's not wide enough to be like the sun or something, but there is an orange light. Almost like somebody holding a candle out there in the shadow, in the smoke. You can just barely see this dim orange light. And you don't know why, but, well, maybe because for something to be that bright and that far away, it has to be very, very bright. Right? To see it through all this smoke, because you can't see shit through the smoke.
Alright.
But you can see this light, however bright it is. It fills you with terror.
Does Dick Bangkok know what it is? Or she'll ask him.
Have we covered this one? Roll, roll plus his tracker skill. Yeah, roll +1. Let's see if he knows. No, but he's scared of it too. Yeah.
Okay.
He kind of confirms everything for you. It's like, you're not being paranoid or anything, right? This isn't because you've not been to the Deathlands conscious before. This is something, this could be bad, whatever that is.
Can we go around it, avoid it, or is it in our way?
That, he's like shrugs. It's something off on the horizon. Like, you're about to move through this valley, like, no idea where it's gonna move and where we're gonna come out.
Okay, then we will just keep an eye out for it.
Yeah, and I mean, you could be saying, like, well, doesn't he know, like, are we going to exit over there or over there? Like, and he would kind of explain to you that, like the Deathlands itself, the Deathlands is always moving and changing, right? Things aren't in the same place they were the last time you went there. Well,
Okay.
the valley's like that too, right? This valley is always here, but it's not always the same, right? It's twisted. Its veins and entries and exits change every time too.
So how does he know that the cave we're looking for will be where he thinks it is?
Yeah, they don't change entirely, right?
Okay.
It's not complete mission match. They're always, everything is always sort of kind of in the same places, but they're always slightly different.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Raylan, when you come to, coughing from the smoke, you're just in the darkness. Did you guys make a fire before you went to sleep?
Um, I guess. I mean, if it's cold here, then yeah.
Yeah, the fire has been snuffed out. Or, I mean, it seems weird that it would have burnt out at this point. I mean, you can't tell how much time has passed because you don't know how much time.
It's okay. Raylan doesn't know a lot of things.
Yeah, and, but you did have a fire and now it's completely gone. Like, you're almost in pitch darkness because you're somewhere in the valley. Like, you guys actually made it into the valley some ways. When the kids were too exhausted to go on. And now there's smoke, like you can smell it. You can't really see it because here in the valley, in this crevice, it's really dark. And of course there's no light above you or anything. What do you do?
So yeah, after coughing fit, I try to waft or whatever wave the smoke away, and it's just everywhere. Eventually, I guess I get used to it. I guess so I can't see even a little bit in front of my face.
Hardly anything.
Cool. Someone literally just rang my door. Someone just rang my doorbell.
That was a masterclass in getting out of the bad question.
Yeah.
Everybody. All right.
Okay. Yeah. Can even see a little bit in front of my face. Then I guess I start coughing as I do, and squinting. 10? Anyone? I think you fucked up the fire.
Yeah, nobody answers.
I don't really like hide and seek. Yeah, I guess I start to bumble around in the dark trying to find I imagine we were just kind of sleeping in a circle around the fire, so I'm trying to I guess stumble around and look for them.
Okay. Yeah, roll a discern realities.
11. This is a wise Raylan. What should I be on the lookout for?
Okay, yeah, you're moving around and trying to crawl and find someone, and I think your hand does bump against like a leg or a foot, and you hear one of the kids give a shriek, and you feel it scramble, sort of, the foot, and one of their voices. I guess it's yeah. So I don't know their names.
It's Acto and Ario. Yeah.
Yeah. Ario is the one who can see that it's pitch dark and is sort of shocked by that. But Acto is blind, so she doesn't really know the difference. So she's a little more calm, but although she's startled awake too, and she says, you hear her voice, kind of nearby, right? As if you have stumbled upon their sleeping area. She says, "What's going on?"
I don't know. It smells really bad. And I can't. Do any of you have anything that can, I don't know, make smoke go away? You keep flailing at it. And where's 10? Don't you like him or something? Shouldn't he be here?
Okay, they say
Like him. They're siblings. He's big brother. Literally.
Well, they're like test tube children, right? Like, it's fine. I don't know anything about these 3 children that you just brought here and killed.
Let's not get into that again. They say, yeah, they don't have anything, right? That's part of
Sure.
it. They say, Acto again. She says, "No, we don't have anything." And Arya's like, "You had it all. On the horses."
I don't have anything to make smoke go away.
Oh, you wanted like Acto to make a
Yeah, I was asking them if they had
telekinesis fan?
if they had some weird thing to make smoke go away.
yeah. Wait, yeah, okay. So I mean,
That smoke be gone spell.
their answers
Yeah.
still suffice for that, right? If they had some way to like clear out smoke with their mind, they'd have done that. But instead, they're defaulting to crude, rudimentary tools.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. What here is useful or valuable to me?
So do you do anything when they tell you it was on the horses or whatever?
I mean, I had like junk on the horses. I mean, yeah, I guess when they mentioned horses, I do look for them. I guess I can make more, but after swallowing chaos embers or something, maybe I'm a little shy about that. So yeah, sure. I guess like I start like I don't think Raylan knows how to whistle very good, so he starts to like try to whistle and like get your asses over here. Like as I look for, yeah, sure, as I go to get the horses.
You give a whistle out and you start like pounding around looking and yelling. You don't get any response from any horses. It's still dark, but you do get your hand on something. It's like a leather satchel, like a saddlebag or something. Yeah, what do you do? Oh, you said useful. I need to answer the question. Well, it's useful or valuable. I want to know what you do. Tell me what you do.
Sure. So I'm slapping around and like, I guess I'm slapping around at like horse level, right? But I guess like, do I kick the bag or?
Yeah, you're like doing it horse level, but your foot kicks the thing, and I guess
Sure.
you maybe stumble a little.
Sure. Okay. I mean, is it one of my bags? Like, if I look, I mean, I'm gonna pick it up. Like, is it one of my bags or is it one of these kids' bags or?
It's one of the bags from the horses. Yeah, it's like a saddlebag.
Sure. Okay. I'm glad my horses came with saddlebags.
They did. Chaos bags.
Cool. Good. Then I open the mimic. Sure. I'll like, whatever. Flip open the bag. See if I can find a fan or something.
Yeah, you flip it open, and you just plunge your hand into where, like, mostly by feel, and you dig in there nice and deep. You find a torch right away, right? Torch was easy.
Cool. Good. Worthless.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, I've got a torch. And put your hand back in because you need, like, maybe something to light the torch or something like that. When you hit your hand at the bottom of the bag, it's like wet. There's some sort of liquid inside of the bag.
Mm.
It's cold.
But
It's cold, and sort of thick, I guess.
is it sticky? Or is it like slime? Like,
it's thick. I don't know. It's not like your fingers are stuck together, but if it's like slimy, stringy, I mean, you're not really able to tell.
okay. Gross.
But you do get your hand around like a flint, also.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, so I'll drop the bag, I guess, and like wipe my hand off. Sure, whatever. I'll light up this torch if that. I don't know if that's gonna help me if I'm surrounded by black smoke, but fuck it.
You go to light it to see.
I guess the torch is wet, right? Anyway, whatever. I try.
Yeah. It takes a second, but you do find a dry spot, right? And it's got some like pitch on it and stuff. It's not just like cloth.
Yeah.
And you strike it, and the thing bursts up, and it is really smoky in here, and you cannot see very far. But you can see like Acto and Ario kind of nearby, right? Just a couple steps away. Now they're like Ario's eyes darting up at you with lighting the torch.
Okay.
And then you see down at the ground. Well, I will give you a chance to. Are you gonna ask another question?
Yeah. What was my last one? Like, well, I never asked this one because I never know if it's gonna be good. Maybe I should ask it this time. Okay. Sure. Detective Raylan's on the case. What happened here recently?
Yes, I have an answer for that question. You look down where the bag was, and you see there's sort of a splotch on the ground, and you look down. Now you can see your hands and the torch also, right? Now that you're taking things in for a moment. And yeah, there's like red, deep red. You'd know it anywhere. This one has a nice piquant flavor. And yeah, there's blood. And where the bag was, there's sort of a splotch, and you see like a trail leading into the smoke. There's something at the edge of your torchlight.
Sure. Torch in one hand, machete in the other. I'll run towards it. Fuck these two kids. They'll be fine.
You whip out your machete and go charging into the shape there, but it's like low to the ground, and when you get over there, they're already dead. Your horses are laying on their sides, and in this like passageway you're in, they're in sort of a C shape with their feet pointed toward a center, right? Their bellies have been split open, and there is like black bile guts from these chaos horses pulled out of them and strung to make sort of a mess. They are sort of like on the sides of a circle made of their own blood and entrails. And lying in the middle of it, in the center, is tin. Smeared. Actually, tin is... It looks like the horses were killed and their entrails and blood spread. And then somebody picked up tin and, like, just set them on top like a cherry, right? They aren't covered in blood, except both of their hands. Lying on their side in sort of a fetal position, both of their hands are coated in the black, reddish bile that spilled forth from these horses.
Okay.
He appears to be asleep.
Sleep. Okay. Yeah, all right. Hmm. Guess that begs the question: why didn't they turn us into art projects? I guess like I'll approach and like I don't do it not hard, but like I'll kick at 10 to see if he'll wake up.
Yeah, and you go, like, stepping through the blood and stuff. And you get near to 10 to nudge them. Yeah, you nudge him, and he doesn't wake up. He'll need apparently more than a nudge.
All right, then I kick him hard.
You like kick 10, who sprawls to the side, right? And now they're getting covered in this blackness.
Okay,
as he goes
yeah.
rolling and like
Yeah.
looking up. But as he sprawled away and sent stuff like spraying all around, you caught beneath there somewhere the glint of metal. Also, where kind of nearby where Tin was lying. But he is like sprawling and getting to his feet, looking confused.
Okay. Yeah, right. When I see him start to stand up, I'll like, I guess, put the machete back and like reach in to feel out whatever this metal is.
You reach down and you pull out the thing, and it's a long knife. It was lying there next to Tin.
Just like a normal, like just big knife.
No. It's not that big a knife. It's like you take it and you like scrub stuff away from it, right? James, what's the symbol of your pirate crew?
Symbol of my pirate crew.
Yeah, like your flag, your...
Hold on.
Has literally nobody ever asked you this?
No one's cared. No one cares about my crew.
No one's ever asked you about the flag?
No. Hold on. I know what it looks like. It is. So it's like it probably was nothing before we killed the three-eyed beast, but it kind of looks like the three-eyed beast, right? It's this big, amorphous mass of tentacles and three, like probably, I think it was red. I think they were, I can't remember what the eyes looked like. 3 red eyes in the center. Looks like an octopus or a kraken with the 3 red eyes.
Okay. So you look at this knife, Raylan, and it's just like a short, like, camping knife sort of thing. Maybe like sort of a buck knife almost. It's not like a big kill everybody knife. But what you notice is like on the handle, on the bottom side of it, there's like a little black sort of stone cap on it that sort of makes it rounded off. And then there are 8 sort of carvings in the wooden handle that makes it look like 8 little tentacles, basically, like grabbing up at the knife from the bottom. And on that bottom, there are 3 red stones, right, like driven into the whatever the handle material is. This is sort of a, you notice this right away. This is a 3-eyed beast thing, right? This is some commemoration by the crew, right? They would carve this kind of knife.
Sure.
But you know this knife. You've seen this knife before. And it should be there in Tin's belt. But it's not. You're holding it. It's some knife the crew gave him at some point.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so if he's like standing up, I'll like, hand him the knife back. Just look at the horses and
He takes
you should be more careful with this.
he like looks around, coming to the same conclusion you are, right? But he says, "I didn't do anything."
I mean, you were sleeping on it. I mean, you don't have to be ashamed. Like I've done it. I've done stuff like this before.
And he looks genuinely confused, right? Like,
Right.
it's pretty hard to argue against the evidence.
Sure.
Yeah, no, I'm good enough there. Yeah, he just sort of doesn't say anything, just puts the knife away and goes stomping off.
Right. It's like, well, okay, I guess we're walking. Cool. And yeah, I'll go back to get the shit children. Yeah. Can we take a break? I have to like do something real quick.
Yes. Yeah, we're gonna take a break now.
Cool.
Yeah, let's just jump right to the break. 5 minutes.
Cool. Awesome.